So I recently registered for an accounting course at Berkeley to improve my accounting skills, and the professor has chosen to use Pearson's MyAccountingLab, and that professor teaches both at a course at Berkeley and several courses at Diablo Valley Community College. I just wanted to show you what that looks like. So to begin with, he just spent an hour touring through all of the features of my Pearson lab. He does everything, Pearson's MyAccountingLab. He does everything through it. He even holds grades there for assignments that are outside of the lab. Most of the assignments on the syllabus are exercises and problems within the lab. He also has his exams and his tests and his quizzes online. And so there are only a couple of assignments outside of that, and that's a weekly newspaper article summary, as well as a term paper that he requires. So all of their assignments are in the accounting lab. So he hands out, of course, a syllabus. On the back of the syllabus is a printout, probably from Pearson. You can see that it's customized with his particular instructor ID, and then he gave us the help desk number to write down, so that wasn't already on the sheet. And then what we have is the textbook, and the textbook is loosely, so it's got holes punched through it. So I had to order a binder, which hasn't come in yet. So I'm a little afraid to open this because I'm afraid that sheets are just going to fly everywhere. So I find that inconvenient, but you know, as a student, I kind of feel like it's just something that I have to do. So it obviously doesn't stop me from buying the book. The fact that it's loose leaf, I'm sure it's cheaper to produce this way. Interestingly, I'm noticing now that on the corner here, it says custom edition for Diablo Valley College, which is where I was to order it from. So I don't know what makes it a custom edition. However, inside, and I'm just opening this up now, I'm just going to open it up a little bit to access the student account codes. Are really similar to, probably, to the sort of cards that we give out. So this is inside the textbook. It says student access code inside. And so I have both the instructions from the professor, and I have the student access packet. And it has its own, it appears that it has, I'm looking between the book and this item has its own ISBN separate from the textbook. So I'm opening that up. Sorry, tore off this perforated area. It seems to open up like a book when I first time moving it. There's a QR code. The QR code seems to just get me to the helpline, customer support line, right? And then the access code is in its own little cute tab here. So I would just put that open. And it's on the back of this card. And so I would, I'm already on Pearson's MyLab and Mastering, as it told me in the instructions. So I'm just going to try to register. I'm registering as a student. Do I have these three things? It's a good check to remind me. It's even on his hand. Email, course ID, access code, or credit card. So you can sign up for a 15-day trial if you don't have an access code, which some of the students in my course had already done. There were 3 students who had already managed to enroll in the class online despite not having the access code yet. So I do have an email, I do have a course ID, and I do have an access code. So I'm going to go ahead and register. Here's my course ID. So it says, it even gives me a hint. It says professor and then a series of numbers. So that helps me, you know, for a minute when I see course ID, I might be thinking, do I want the access code to enter in there or the course ID? I could see a student being confused by that without that extra help. So it's very thoughtful. So my question would be, how did the other students find this class without the course ID? There must be some way to browse. So I don't have an account, so I'll have to create an account. And I have not yet entered in the access code, so I'm already registered. I'm trying to see if there's anything I can do without entering the card number or access code. I don't see a way, so that's great. Oh, I do see waiting at the bottom here, and it's nice that they sort of hit it. So this is a good lesson in user experience. What you want to do is allow the user to make the choice that you want them to make, and then if there are other things, you sort of make those less apparent but still available. This is a nice page, actually. So you got use an access code or pay me money, and on the bottom is waiting for financial aid, get temporary access without payment for 14 days. So this must be the trial that folks have found. So I do have an access code. I'm going to go ahead and enter that. I'm looking into, again, this card here. Looks like they're all letters, no numbers. And the hints even kind of show me that I should be expecting letters and not numbers. I do have an O that looks like a 0 in my access code. And I love that that picture down there shows me where to find my access code, so it becomes very apparent. I don't have to think, where's my access code? I go, oh, I remember seeing that. I always wonder what's going on in the back end when my order is being processed. You'd think it'd be a quick database call. Okay, so again, I've got in. It suggests that I print the page as a receipt. I can go to my courses. Here's my account information. That's good. I'm going to go to my course. I'm introduced to the sorts of things I should expect to see. I have to say, I think this is 6 things is a lot of things to show somebody. Okay, so I click Get Started, and this runs me through a tutorial. I'd actually would, if I'm as a user experience person, I'd love to see this come first. I think this is much less intimidating. Apparently I can use this on my phone, so that's great. I don't know if I would use it on my phone, but I'll probably give it a shot at some point. What if my homework's late and I can use it then? This is the course. That textbook does not look like my textbook, but that's okay. And by selecting a course name, it says I can open it. It does seem to work. For some reason I get this instruction screen again. Page is still loading. I'm not sure why I'm getting this, because so one thing is I have to get the book, so if there's an upsell situation here to make sure that I'm paying Pearson for the book. There's an e-text, which is about $5 cheaper than the whole book. It's probably pretty smart. And then here we are. Now I do see Chapter 1 homework and Chapter 1 problems and quiz, and so this is as the professor showed me. I can see a calendar here. I'm imagining that these are deadlines. The Monday with the clock, Thursday is an assignment, I suppose. That's a quiz. Excuse me. So I can roll through the calendar here, which is kind of like a syllabus. It means the professor has spent some time setting this up. Because again, his whole course is run from MyAccountingLab. The assignments tab does not appear to be that helpful. Maybe I'm just not giving it time to load, I guess. There we go. This is my current homework, so that's convenient. So if I want to get these, I thought I'd have to go struggling to find that, but I just click assignments and I can find my homework and my quizzes. So I've really got a full dashboard here. Now there's no instructional content here. It's all assignments. But I believe that the professor said that he uploads his PowerPoint slides to this, or makes them accessible to us as we go through. So that might be helpful, and I believe that somehow or other I have access to the e-text through this. And I can imagine, I mean, this is a big book, and I have to buy a big binder, so while I generally prefer the physical text, there may be a time when I find it convenient to go through the text online. Oh, and here it is, view the complete Pearson e-text. I see that my name is already attached to it because this is my account. And here we are now again. I'm not convinced that this book doesn't look the same. The picture of the book now does have the same authors, and it says 10th edition. This is apparently a custom edition, so one would think that most of the stuff is the same. I'm reluctant to open this up without having my binder first, because I don't want pages to go every place. So I'll have to compare that later. I'm attempting to scroll here, and we can see that I'm learning I have to go up here to switch pages, so it's going to take me a minute to get comfortable with this reader. It's not an intuitive reader. I really want to just click a next button at the bottom right corner, or swipe a page, and those actions don't work on this touchscreen monitor. But at the same time, I have access to this book, and if we imagine that the two editions are the same, I could jump to certain pages. So let's try jumping to page 99. And we would imagine that page 99 here looks the same as page 99 in the book. So that seems that's a nice add-on, and I bet once they set this up for the very first time, it doesn't cost them very much to implement from course to course. Well, let's look at I haven't done my reading yet, but let's look inside a problem set. That's what that looks like. It's chapter 1 homework exercises. These exercises come from the text. I don't know if the professor selects them himself, but I do know they come from the text. So here's what very, very much in line with accounting, right? And these questions are specific to accounting, and the way you'd enter in multiple text boxes is very clear. So there we have it. I think that's enough.